What's up people, how we doing? You're here again with me, Treatment Explorers, and I'm here with my good friend Neil Stanley Photography. We've come for a little drive out today. We thought we'd like to try something a bit different, have a little bit of a walk around and see what we can find. So what we've done is we've come up to Mother Shipton's Cave in Knaresborough, Yorkshire. Now this place is famous for a woman named Mother Shipton, funnily enough, who was actually thought to be a witch, and she was outcast by society. Yeah, so basically she was outcast from society for a couple of reasons. Now, when she grew up, she was believed to be a witch, but as a younger woman, she actually gave birth to an illegitimate child, and she refused to tell the local magistrate who the father of the child was, and because of that, she was outcast from the local town and forced to live in a cave, which is just down here. We're going to have a look at that in a minute. But a couple of things that fueled the fire is, now it so happens that the water in the cave, right next to the cave, which she used as a water source, there's a well, and that well, it's fed through rocks, and there's such a high calcium carbonate content within these rocks that anything left in the well will eventually turn to stone over about three or 4 months. So I think that's amazing. But you can imagine during the 16th century what people would have thought of that. You know, not knowing what we know now today. You know, if someone saw something being put into a river and then all of a sudden they go back and it's turned to stone, you're going to think that's black magic. So yeah. But the other thing is she made a few predictions that came true. She predicted boats, planes, a number of other things. We'll try and get all the exact predictions when we get down there. But yeah, it's a crazy story, and I just think it's amazing with the river that actually turns items into stone. So we're going to go down there, maybe make a wish and well, and also, you know, have a look at the little cave where she was forced to live because she wasn't welcome through the town. Even when she was killed, or when she died as an old woman, she wasn't allowed to be buried in hallowed ground, which basically all cemeteries and gravestones were at the time. So nobody knows exactly where Mother Shipton is buried. She's buried in an unmarked grave somewhere, and I believe that was to stop potential grave robbers or people desecrating the grave, because obviously at the time they thought that she was a witch. Nowadays she'd be called a psychic, not a witch, but yeah, it's a very strange time, very different time to what we live in nowadays. So yeah, we're going to have a quick walk down, and I'll see you when we get there. Peace. Welcome to Mother Shipton's Cave and Historic Park. You are about to join up the pathway of a long walk named and landscaped by its creator, Sir Henry Slingsby, in 1739. It was created as a promenade and carriage drive for many gentry who visited the sample of the waters of the petrifying well. Although not long by modern standards, it would have been more than enough exercise for the gentry of that period, restricted by their finery, narrow boots, corsets, hats and parasols. Please take care, the paths is uneven in places.
Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, we do.
Is this the pennies?
Yeah, these are pennies. Quick look over here, guys.
I'll fill that out.
How much money do you reckon, Neil?
So next time you go, you think you better find which coins you put in.
Right then, guys, we're going to put a penny in here. Let's find one. Yeah, so we put it in this one here. Okay, guys, so we're gonna add to the value of this log, which is richer than I am right now, unfortunately. But we'll add to that. Yeah, let me just put you guys down a little bit where you can see. That should do. Right, and this is where I lose a finger. There we go. Sorry about the noise, guys. There, oh, lost him. There we go. So we go. Let's be different, because everyone else has gone the other way. Let's go with... No, not going because of green. There we go. We've got him going in, guys. Yep. Here we go. Here we go, explorers. That's that penny right there. It was our penny. That's a tree bend penny. Yeah, I believe it's for luck. People have to come down, they hammer coins into this rock. There we go. I wonder how much is in these rocks.
So if you're short on change for parking,
Yeah.
you know where to come.
Down here, all you have to do is flatten them out a bit.
They didn't because it worked.
Oh, it is literally him.
The Beauty and the Beast.
No, labyrinth. One's got it in his ears like that, the other one's got it in his mouth.
That's it, Labyrinth.
You remind me of a babe. The baby with the power. Yeah, you can put them up. Yeah. They're not all be worth it, so. No, they're not. No, there's a couple of different ones.
You are now standing in front of England's oldest visitor attraction. The earliest record and reference to it was nearly 500 years ago in 1538, when it was visited and written about by a member of Henry VIII's staff. It was originally known as the Dripping Well, and then became known as the Dropping Well in the 1800s. It was first put on exhibition and tours conducted around it in 1630. For centuries, people came to the well, but not just to view it. They showered and bathed in its waters, as they believed them to have miraculous healing powers. The well is a huge mineral deposit, over 100 foot wide and 100 foot deep. It is formed the same way as a stalagmite or stalactite, from crystallized mineral deposits dissolved in the waters. The waters are very special. They come from a huge natural lake a mile underground. On their way to the surface, they seep along a special layer of rock called an aquifer, from which they dissolve massive amounts of minerals, mainly calcium carbonate and sodium sulfate. The layer of rock called an aquifer breaks the surface about 100 feet above the well. The waters pour out and over the top here at a rate of 700 gallons. That's over 3,000 litres an hour. Winter, summer, rain or drought. The flow comes from so far underground and from such a huge lake, it's not affected by anything that goes on. And the discovery of the potato, the Great Plague and the Fire of London. She even predicted her visitors' deaths, saying that she could see their heads above the pavements of York.
Okay guys, so one of the things about Mother Shipton is she was actually she came up with a few prophecies about things that did actually later come through. So in here we've got it's telling us some of the prophecies that she actually came up with. So I'm going to wait for it to restart. So yeah, we're going to have a look at listen to some of the things that Mother Shipton actually predicted hundreds of years ago. Here we go.
Very good model, she won't pose. Just like one position, that's it.
You have entered this legendary cave where over 500 years ago a baby was born. Little did her mother know that her child would become so famous that millions of people would visit this cave, a birthplace she only used out of desperation. The baby was named Ursula and was reputedly born disfigured and twisted. Knaresborough townsfolk heard about the birth and started to say that a witch had been born in the cave next to the magic well.
Anyway, I lived in this cave for a while. It was a bit drafty, I can tell you. It gets very dark down here at night. And there's bats in here too. When I grew up, I could see into the future and tell people what was going to happen to them. Nowadays, they would call me a psychic, not a witch. I was very good, and it made me very famous. Even the king, King Henry VIII, knew me. People travelled here from all over to listen to my prophecies. I told them about boats and planes, telephones, deep-sea divers, and cars nearly 500 years ago. Wasn't I clever? I also warned them about the Great Plague and the Fire of London, and lots of other things. Anyway, run along now. It's been nice talking to you, but I've got to get this cave swept out. Oh, don't forget to make a wish. Make it special, but keep it a secret, and maybe I'll see you again.
There you go, so that's basically where Mother Shipton used to live, inside that cave. And she obviously used to get her water from the well, because as it says, you know, there's no other water anywhere for miles and miles and miles. It's a river, Nid. But so as I say, it's a good job that well was there, because what should you...
The wishing well thing like that.
The wishing, so here we go, we've got the wishing well of good fortune. Make a wish within this well. Give thy hand, but never tell. A centuries-old tradition whilst visiting, many visitors return just to make another wish because their last one came true. The wishing well is fed by the same magical waters as the petrifying well. There are some important rules in making a wish properly. Use your right hand, make the wish with your hand in the water. Let the water dry naturally on your hand. Don't wish for money. Don't wish harm on others, and keep the wish a secret until it comes true. Please mind your head on the low rock. Right, people, you're gonna come with me.
Jesus Christ.
Let it dry naturally.
Natural in a towel?
Yeah. So here we go, peeps. We're gonna.
Yeah, but he's going to touch you.
Yeah, come in my chest. Right, people, here we go. Time to make a wish. So we're back in the well.
Set your hand right in there,
Here we go.
and then make your wish after your hand's inside.
Okay, peeps. There we go. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you, Mother Shipton. Right, now I'm not going to dry my hand because I want this wish to come true.
Yeah, we've basically just got a wet hand now, but here we go. Here's the actual petrifying well. This is the main reason I've come up here, because I just think it's absolutely magical. The fact that you could leave something in this well and a couple of months later it had been turned to stone. Now, obviously, nowadays, with modern science, etc., we know that it's due to a calcium carbonate build-up in the rocks. But just imagine 200-300 years ago, people coming down here and seeing things we'd left turned to stone. We must have thought it was absolute black magic. I still think it's black magic, but it's absolutely amazing. And as you can see just here, we've got all the things that have been left. There we go. So we've got all the things that have been left here. Now there's a hat there. Now that could even possibly be John Wayne's hat. We do know that there is a hat that belongs to John Wayne in here. We're not sure if it is that hat or if that hat's in the gift centre, but that hat right there will let you know if it is or isn't. Could be the actual hat as worn by Marilyn Marsden. Marilyn Marsden, I think was his real name, John Wayne. His nickname was the Duke. So my dad was a big fan of John Wayne's. So we've got a hat, potentially John Wayne's own hat. I'm not sure what that was, possibly some kind of tin or something. These teddy bears, we put these up because these are sold and shipped all over the world. People buy petrified teddy bears from Mother Shipton as well. We've got some kind of, looks like an African tribal mask, a full lobster. We've got a teapot.
In the 1800s.
Actually, man, the greatest hero of them all.
It was first put on exhibition and tours conducted around it in 1630. For centuries, people
And then
came
some more
to the
teddy
well,
bears, and that's
but not just to view
about it.
They showered and bathed in its waters,
As you can
as they
see,
believed them to have
it is actually,
miraculous healing
some of the
power.
items are already turning into stone, so that's so amazing. We'll fly out the way now. I think we've taken up the space for
time now. My hand's nearly dry, so I'm feeling good about this wish, people. I'm feeling really good. Well, Neil's is still wet, so I don't think his wish is going to come true, but I feel my hand's nearly dry. I feel the magic coursing through my veins.
The longer it stays wet, the better it is.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, guys, so that's the main reason we've come up now. But I think personally, I think it's absolutely astounding that, you know, just leaving something in that water will eventually turn it into a statue.
I can believe it. My hand's got soaked.
Now, what I wanted to do is my original plan was to bring something up and leave it in there, and then maybe come back in a few months. I actually was considering the idea that as long as I left something there, it'd be okay for me to take something that somebody else had left there, because obviously you're taking something but replacing it. But unfortunately, we've made it into a rule now where you're not allowed to leave anything in there. But the people did, and you'll see online if you go and have a look online, you will see that quite a few people have left their things. There's quite some funny items that had been left in the past. You might see online that actually somebody left a pair of underwear up there, and I thought that was absolutely hilarious. But unfortunately, that's gone now, isn't it? You know, we didn't see that up there.
Unless it's turned into a lump.
No, there's a couple of big lumps, so unless that's happened, but I think it's been taken down because, you know, it's not the most family-friendly of things. But yeah, that's really, really amazing, people. That's absolutely, I think that's brilliant, and we've got our wish done in the wishing well. So yeah, that's amazing. My hand's dry now. My hand is 100% dry now, so I'm feeling good about that. I'm feeling good about our wish. Let me take you back round.
See, now you see, you've got hats in here. I think this is going to be the John Wayne hat in here, you see. Sir Terry. Sir Terry.
Midget pretending to be a man.
And here's the good-looking gal herself, mother actual reception. Quite a tragic life. I've got some dude in here. He's having a little chill out. Let's go and say hello. Yeah. This guy looks like he owns a bit of land, he does. It looks like he's hunted a fox or two in his time. Now I think one of these is going to be John Wayne's hat. I think we'll probably have it on display in here. You can see some of the people right down here. Mary. Shoe shed. As you can see here, it basically looks like you've taken something and just left it in some really, really runny cement mixture for a while.
Old bonnet.
Agatha Christie's.
We have an fortune told.
What's your lucky colour today?
How much? You'll turn into a child, quite big.
Cool. No, that's that one. Zoltar. It literally is. Zoltar.
This one on? I don't think it's on.
Hands only. Right, let's see what rubber ships he's got to tell us.
I'm so glad you've come to visit me. Place your palm on the powder, that's it. Hold still.
And start by giving Zoltar more money for more refills, no?
Who do you know with the star sign Gemini?
Gemini? No one for a
I
while.
have some good news. Your lucky colour is very strong. Yes, your lucky colour is white.
Okay.
This means sport and Libra are combined. Take today benediction with you and the lucky charm. Bye-bye and good luck.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's come out. Yeah, I think that's what's done.
No, it's come out yet.
It sounded like it was doing it, didn't it?
Yeah, I think it's empty. I want a Lucky Charm. Hey, I want a little box of Lucky Charms. Ah! Tell me I've got a Lucky Charm and electrocute me. So as you can see here, guys, this is the life cycle of the teddy bears that we put into the well. So that would be one that's absolutely brand new. That's been in there a little while. That's been in there for a few weeks. And as you can see, that one, it literally looks like it's a stone teddy bear. It's
More important,
amazing. We found, and he'll just let us know, guys. Here we go. This is the hat that was owned by John Wayne himself, the man himself. That is amazing. Look at that, people. And
They got so excited, lost their head over it.
yes, someone left a shoe in there.
How late shoe?
Yeah. Here's just have some little sticks and leaves, etc. that have been left in there.
Do you think that was in there on purpose, or do you think some of it's just dropped a knitting? This looks like a ball of water and a couple of them.
Yeah, it does look like that, doesn't it?
Dropped a knitting in there. Oh, sorry.
These guys got caught sneaking in. This is what happened.
That's what happens if you trust him.
Yeah, that's it.
What happens if you're naughty?
This is it. Sorry, mine's over. Do apologise. Got the Iron Maiden. Yeah.
You pull down those bits.
Yes.
Warwick
Yeah, you
Davis.
see Terry and all that.
Yeah, that could actually be Warwick Davis, is that short?
Yeah, could be.
That's wicked.
Wicked, yeah. It looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's about the head thing in the...
Wow, dude. Just square up with it all, guys. Oh wow, look at this, guys. It's an actual rocking horse. Rocking horse looks like it.
Without the rocker. Or does the wood not turn?
Perhaps it's had a knee. No, that's been in. It's got bits on it though.
Yeah, the wood just don't turn then, so don't
Not,
wood.
obviously not as well. 'Cause I don't think it soaks in as well or so as fabric. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I suppose that would have been varnished.
Yeah. Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would have been a bit. Which has stopped it soaking in.
Everywhere.
Yeah, man.
Telephone?
Stuff that people have left over time. Obviously, something like a plastic telephone, you'll get a layer on it. Yeah, with bakelite. A bit like plastic into it. That's what I mean, something hard like that. You can see how it soaks onto it, doesn't soak into it kind of thing. Let me see if we can get that. There we go. And that's the what? Harry Potter style magic wand for $7.99. Expelliarmus. You're broken. No, broken, I'm afraid. Need to go down and see Ollivander. Oh, little bits here. On that side. Hey. Oh, poison. I like it.
So it's not a lot to see down here, guys, but what it is, it's just, you know, it's worth coming down to have a look at what's here, you know what I mean? It's just really, yeah, it just boggles my mind. I want a petrifying well. I want one at home. Well, guys, yeah, so that's pretty much it for today, really, but I had a little walk around to the actual petrifying well, wishing well, the actual cave itself. I just think it's crazy just to think that all those years ago someone would be outcast in that kind of respect just because she refused to say who the father of her daughter was. It's it's just crazy to think about how society's changed so much in relatively a quite short period of time. But yeah, it's still a brilliant site. It's still worth coming down, having a look around for yourself. But yeah, we're just heading up now, just rounding up now. I think Neil's putting his camera away. Be able to get off site soon and have a cigarette because non-smoking site and all that. I'm just gonna wait here for a sec for Neil. So yeah, apparently there was wild boars around here, which you would have found all over England a few hundred years ago. Obviously we've been hunted out into extinction, apart from a couple of places where I think we've been brought back. Neil's eyeing up his change for an ice cream. Yeah, Mr. Whippy o'clock, guys. Mr. Whippy o'clock. Yeah, okay, so this is why I didn't buy an ice cream, because 99p, yeah, or 99er, is so cool because it's meant to be 99p. How much did you pay for that, Neil?
£2.30.
£2.30.
And it's tiny.
And it's the smallest 99 I've ever seen in my life. Honestly, tiniest bit of Mr. Whippy. I'd said about 50p worth of ice cream, £2.30. But you know, it's free to get in, so you can't. Oh no, it's not. It's £10. That's unreal. That is unreal, guys. It's just it makes me quite sick these days. How much we try and charge you for stuff, but yeah.